Hi everyone, and welcome to yet another Transformers review with me and my dad here.
Hey, howdy y'all. So what are we going to be taking a look at today?
That's what I was about to say.
Okay.
So for today's review, we will be taking a look at another one of these then and now Transformer reviews, where we show a comparison of a Transformer toy that came out in the past and show a Transformer toy that we have now.
It's a little segment that we call Now and Then.
Or Then and Now.
Or Then and Now. So either way's right. But anyway, this is a look from the past, from the very G1 origins to where we're at today.
And we'll be showing y'all what we're going to be taking a look at of a then and now comparison review at the reviewing area. So stay tuned. And here we are at the reviewing area, and here are the figures that we're going to be taking a look at here. And this the then and now comparison we'll be taking a look at is the Insecticon Kickback.
The Insecticon Kickback from Now and Then. The Kickback that we have right here is the original 1980s Kickback. He's not a reissue. He is a genuine 1980s Kickback compared to today, and we're going to be looking at the differences that they have compared with the similarities too. What they kept and what they took out.
And this new Kickback here is the one from the new Transformers Legacy line.
So right off the hand, he's definitely bigger than the 1980s Kickback. There's no doubt about that. The size comparison is definitely bigger compared to the 1980s Insecticon Kickback.
Yes.
One thing that the new version does not have that the old version does is, of course, the sticker right there.
The heat signature, or the rub symbol.
So that's one thing that's different right off the bat.
Where if you rub it or hold your finger on it, or you could use like a hair dryer to heat it up, and it will reveal
the allegiance of what this robot belongs to, whether it be an Autobot or Decepticon.
But this does reveal as the Decepticon logo here. But of course he does have a Decepticon symbol here, and
that's it. Yep.
Yeah, just here.
Just there. Now, originally that was not the color when it was originally made and produced and stuff like that. This actually belonged to a Diaclone line, when y'all see that here in a little while, but this color is actually green and black. But when they brought it over to the United States, that's when they changed up the color schematics, and that's what we have today. So they kept the color comparison pretty much the same from the 1980s to today.
Yes. Although, on the new Kickback here, his Decepticon emblem is on this black part here, and not the translucent yellow part like the original one here does.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I didn't notice this until now when I reviewed Legacy Kickback here. Is, if you remember when I told y'all where his eyes are in his beast mode, I told y'all I think it was these yellow things here where the antennas are, but no, these are not his eyes. But these little cutouts here, these like oval shaped cutouts here in the front of his insect mode, are actually his real eyes.
Yeah, they're supposed to be. That's the way that they molded them, and the representation. If you take a look at the original G1 Kickback, he has the same slits in the mold to represent the eyes. That's pretty much what they are. That's what they're supposed to represent. But I mean, this is a plastic action figure, so you know. That's the way that they did it, and they did it on both of them, the 1980s and the new one. So that is a good comparison. They kept that in. That is the same. And if you want to know why these are not up like the 1980s, is because these right here, we can't get them to go up. But we're scared if we try and push them up, they will break.
And these antennas are
they're soft. They're soft, and if you put too much tension on them, we may actually break them. Just
right.
Trying to get them to go up. Compared to where the 1980s Kickback, well, this is all hard plastic. It's not rubber. These right here are hard plastic pretty much to where you can maneuver them up and down. This guy right here, this is a lot of plastic. It feels more like rubbery plastic. So we're scared that if we try and bend them up, they will break smooth off. So we're just going to leave it like that while we do the review. So one thing that I noticed, they pretty much kept the arms the same. The arms in insect mode pretty much look the same as far as come down and spread out on both of them, which is good. It should happen. I mean, you know, he is a lotus or grasshopper. I don't know. Y'all put it in the section down below. I think he's a grasshopper.
I also do think he's a grasshopper. He is a grasshopper.
Looking back on the legs, now if y'all notice that there's some some molded in parts to them right here that are like little points sticking out. Well, they pretty much did the same on the other one too. They just didn't have it as defined as what the 1980s are. But it's there. So,
yes.
So that's pretty neat. That's pretty different. As far as the colors in insect mode, this 1980s is more of a darker purple compared to this one here, where it's a little bit lighter shade of purple.
Right.
But they're both purple.
Just that this one has a darker purple, whereas the new one here has a lighter shade of purple.
Yeah, a little bit lighter shade of purple. As far as the wings in insect mode, as you can see, the wings on the 1980s is chrome, where these right here are a translucent
clear plastic. And as you can see, I do have these purple sword things, which, if you know me, I'm not a big fan of these, so I'm just going to take these off and just remove.
Okay.
We'll set them off to the side.
Yeah.
But it is an option if you want to attach these to the wings. Or you can attach it either way.
Right.
When he's in his grasshopper mode.
Yeah, so like I said, the wings are translucent. They're clear compared to the 1980s Kickback, where it's solid chrome wings. And they just got molded in details to make it look like a wing. Where this one here is more translucent, and it has actually texture on the inside of the wing to give it like a, I don't know how to put it, insect scaliness kind of feel.
Like an insect wing.
Yes, I guess that's the best way to put it. Yeah. So, let's see here. What else do we have? We covered the arms. We covered, on both Kickbacks, you have the standard, like, shape to it where the body comes down, the legs go up. It's the same for this one. The body goes down, the legs go up behind them. So they kept that original.
And the top view here, as you can see on the original Kickback here, you do have some yellow detailed stickers here, along with some silver details here. And on this translucent yellow part here, you do have some more of that sticker detail here. And of course, the Decepticon symbol here. Whereas on the new one, on the back, you do have some yellow with some red here. And on the translucent clear part, you just have some green painted details here. And I think behind this translucent yellow part here is all painted in silver.
I think it's chrome. Kind of looks like chrome. No?
No. I think it is a painted in silver behind this translucent yellow part. And you do have the Decepticon symbol here located on a different spot. And not just on this yellow part here.
Like the G1. One thing that they did keep the same is you see the angle of the protrusion of the arm. So they pretty much kept that the same right there, and there's a reason why it protrudes out that long. But they did the same with this character, this Transformer. Alright, move your thumb. You see how it protrudes out? It's the same.
Yes.
And that's to give it the bulkiness. I don't know if he really needs it, but they kept the original homage of the arm the same. Where G1 sticks out, they made this one stick out too.
Yes.
So that's pretty neat. Kickback did have a gun with him, but right now it's in storage, so instead of having to look at least 3 hours for a gun, I didn't worry about it. You could put the gun on him, but you'd have to put it in a special kind of way. Where this one here, the gun's already pretty much attached to him, and you have options for him.
And as you can see on the bottom, this silver part here with a little bit of metallic purple paint on it, that's his gun, where you can store it on the bottom here. From this port and that hole there.
Mm-hmm. Where G1, nope, it ain't there. It's not an option. It's not even there. There is no hole. There is no hole down there. So that's something new that they incorporated with this new Kickback, where the 1980s did not exist.
Right. And here's the bottom here. And something that they did new here for this new Kickback here is on the G1 here, you could see if you turn him on the bottom, you do have his robot mode face visible underneath the insect head, whereas on the new Kickback here, you still do have a visible face on the bottom, but they did incorporate a little black panel, which is here, that you can flip up to help cover up his face, so that way it's not visible on the bottom.
Very good. He's right. He's right.
And here's the rest of the bottom of the original Kickback and the new one here.
So I think that about covered it. What do you think? As far as insect mode, the differences between today and yesterday, I think we pretty much got it covered.
I think we do.
Okay. So now, when we go to transform him into robot modes, there is a bit of difference. The same, but the difference at the same time, and we'll explain to y'all what the differences are. From 1980s to today.
Right. And we're gonna have to, like, do this off camera.
No, we can do it right here.
No.
Nope, we can do it right here. You've already done a review on them, how to transform them.
Yes.
So I am just going to talk to them right quick. Just transform it on screen. So anyway, hey, how are y'all been? How y'all been doing? It's good to see y'all. It's good to hear from y'all. Thank you for all the comments that y'all leave us. We do read them. We do check them out. We do want to thank y'all for y'all's feedback. It helps us, my son, and us to grow as people, to grow as this channel grows, to grow as we are on this little journey together. This month is Autism Awareness Month, and I just want to say that thank y'all for supporting us. We do appreciate y'all. My son has a form of autism, so thank y'all for being patient, working with him through this. We do appreciate it. Sometimes I'm here in some of these, and sometimes I'm not, and that's okay. So we just want to say we appreciate y'all, and now we're going to get back to the review.
And that was a really quick transformation.
That was a really quick transformation, yes. Yes, it was. Now, I am going to just use this part right here. 1980s to today. Well,
this is actually the Transformers legacy Kickback here.
yes, from today. You can tell right away the difference in the scale. And even Colton shoot it in on the head sculpt right here on the 1980s. Let's see if we can get a good look at that. Let's see how good we can get it in there. Okay. I don't know how well. Yeah. Well, it's coming in somewhat. That's okay. That is the 1980s head sculpt as far as Kickback. Yeah. That is what his head sculpt looked like. You can make it out. He's got a kind of a mouth.
I can see his mouth. And he does have a black visor on him.
Compared to today, where you get off into that head sculpt, well, you can make it out a whole lot clearer. This time he has red visors, a mouth, a nose, and a helmet, you know. So yeah, there's definitely differences there from where it come from originally in the 1980s to where we are today as far as the face sculpt.
And also, another difference is that the new version of Kickback has, compared to the original one, is the new one here does have some proper hands, whereas the original one, you could see, has like pincher claws here.
Now, being that this was from another toy line from overseas,
which is the Diaclone.
That is what you could put a little Diaclone figure in right there because his chest opened up.
Yes.
Where The new one
that does not have that opening chest panel.
Yes, this does not open at all.
But there is a little pin here that's on it. So, and if you remember my review of this figure, I was seeing if this would open up, but no, it doesn't. It's just molded on there.
It's just molded in place. So yeah, that's pretty the feet colors are the same except for they just have stickers here on this G1, where these right here are purple. Purple feet. As far as the color schematics, nothing's really changed and nothing's really out of place except for the wings. Those are the only two things that really make it look different, are the wings. So that's what pretty much grabbed my attention. As far as the color scheme and the color detailing, it's pretty much all they're the same from the G1, except for the wings. That's the only thing. One's in chrome and one's... Go ahead.
And this one has some sticker details on the sides of his legs here, whereas the original one here just has some black on the sides of his legs here.
Now, as far as getting off into articulation, well, there's no comparison, hands down. The only articulation you're going to get out of this G1 Kickback is, well, his head can rotate. Let's go ahead and rotate his head some. His head can go from one side, or he can go all the way around.
Due to the transformation.
The arms can go all the way around, but that's all you're going to get out of it. The legs can go, just forward.
Only about that much.
Only about that much. I don't know. It can. Yeah, it can go back some.
Yes.
About that much. So that is the only articulation you're going to get out of G1 Kickback. Where this guy, you have multiple ranges of options to get him into some great poses. Where G1, you're limited. And today, you got pretty much options.
Which y'all have saw in my review of this figure. And I'll go ahead and have him hold his gun here. And the original Kickback does also come with a gun too. But of course
we do have it, but it take forever to find it. So
and you can still attach these purple sword things onto him, but I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not really a big fan of these.
You see in the opening of Transformers 1980s cartoon, when it first comes on and the credits play, you see a little bit of Kickback's face and the lava and stuff like that in the introduction of the Transformers. I forget if it's season 1 or season 2, but he's there. He makes an appearance. They had a notorious, ferocious appetite for metal. In 1986 version, he met a cruel fate, but it couldn't. Anyway, yeah, he needed a big aspirin. Yeah, okay. And did he also get reformatted from Unicron? Or what? Y'all tell us. I think I know I saw Bombshell. Bombshell get reformatted, but I don't know if Kickback was another one that got reformatted.
I think he did got reformatted into one of the Scourges sweeps.
Yeah, I think you're right, but hey, let us know in the comments below. I don't know if it was. I know I saw Bombshell get reformatted. Him, I can't remember if all the other two Insecticons were there too. So I know Bombshell was. Kickback, as far as when the Decepticons made their rampage and destruction on Autobot City, that's where you see this guy come into play. And all I'm going to say is, yeah, he definitely needed a more or less a head transplant. But anyway, I'm talking about the 1986 movie, Transformers movie.
Yes.
So, there is a good question I want to ask y'all later on, maybe in the next couple of reviews later on down the road. It just come to my mind, but I'll ask that in a couple of reviews from now, because I really want to get y'all's thoughts on it. For me, being from the 1980s, Generation X, but anyway, this is my memories of Kickback.
And this is the Kickback in today's time.
So I think we've covered everything, and we will be back. Colton, is there anything you want to add before we put in our final thoughts? So
no.
Okay.
I think that's about it. So we'll be back for our final thoughts. So there we have the then and now review of Kickback here, from then to now.
So all in all, yeah, they did a remarkable job of today's Kickback compared to the 1980s. But y'all know, like I say, in 1980s, that's all we had. That with a lot of imagination, and then of course you have today's Kickback that has amazing posability.
Yes, like this new Kickback here does.
Yes.
The one that's holding his gun up.
So they come a long way in just a couple of decades, but like I said, I wish that we had these type of Transformers back in the day, but it's okay, because remember what I said, just like I said before, without this guy right here, the original 1980s Kickback, then we would have never had this guy right here.
And also, in order to think about of the future, you first have to think about the past first, before you can move on to the future.
So, yeah, you have to take a look at the past to understand where we're at. So, I mean, it goes hand in hand. So, if anybody wanted to know where the original origins of Kickback come from,
in toy form.
In toy form, here in the United States. Now, y'all know that this was one of the toys from the Diaclone line that was transferred over to America. And he looked totally different back then.
Yes.
He had a different color scheme. The mold was the same, but the colors were different. Until he got assimilated into Transformers, then this is the color sculpt that they picked out along for the rest of the Insecticons. So that is it. That's all I'm going to say, and we appreciate y'all. We thank y'all. Y'all take care of each other. Take care of yourself. I'll talk to y'all later. I'm Malik Colton. Take it out of here.
And if you like this video, give us a like, comment, and subscribe for more. And if you want to check out some other videos you may have missed, there's a playlist set up on my YouTube channel. So I think that's about it. So thanks for watching.